What's going on, AJ?
Where am I?
Where are
Who
you?
are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Sewell?
Like reach deep down inside. Tell me who you are.
Baby. That's all I do most days. Yeah, I do lots of reach deep down inside, and who knows what I might pull out. You seen the Billy Joel documentary on HBO?
No. Fucking random ass shit you could ever ask me.
And I love the fact that I know who you are. But especially from a music standpoint, and you know who I am from a music standpoint. And so I think
we're so different.
So I think we're actually not that far. It's not like we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. I think a lot of music we listen to are like adjacent to each other, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't think either one of us you'd ever peg for a Billy Joel fan. And let me tell you something. It was a fantastic documentary, and I loved every second.
Great.
Dude, Billy Joel's awesome. I just got to say that. Like, I've got a really wide, eclectic taste in music. I grew up listening to Billy Joel, Elton John, and just whatever my parents, my brother, everybody around me was listening to. And so,
same. Okay. That's how I got into Metallica and Queen and
good stuff.
Adjacent awesome bands.
Nice. If anybody out there has HBO, I wouldn't sign up for HBO for it, but I would definitely check it out if you have HBO.
I'm just glad they called it HBO again. That was so dumb.
No, I think they just call it. I think they just call it Max now. I think
they changed it back.
They changed it. Did they really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
They changed it back again.
Yeah, Max was stupid.
Yeah.
I tolerated HBO Max, but I'm not going to tolerate Max.
Yeah, for real.
You want to do a show, or you just want to hang out and talk about streaming channels?
Yeah, I guess we could start the show. Let's do this.
Let's go. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single MonJay, Wednesday, and 2 Eyes Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure, but we also care so much about those little earballs of yours. That's why we put it up on podcast services of your choice. Shout out to the cats who, sorry I didn't see your messages till only recently, who are, they are big MP3 podcast listeners. They wanted the entire 7-8 hour top 25 debate uploaded in MP3 format. I was like, AJ, I've grossly misunderstood our audience and what they want out of life, but now I understand a little bit more. So we're going to start doing more 8-hour podcasts.
Yes.
My name is Brian Pop from this channel right here without Parole, and this guy over here I have never seen before in my life. Who the fuck is this? If it wasn't for the beanie, I'd be like, where's my co-host? It's AJ from The Underground, PSVR Underground.
What is up, Brian? What is up, Game Cats? Yes, I have been on a bit of a vacation lately, and I don't know, man. I was like, it's just time for a change. I needed to change something. So yes, the beard is gone. It's been like 7 years since I have seen my face, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I look like. So it's interesting.
Well, I'm a big fan, AJ. We were actually just having a conversation in the Discord voice chat the other day about facial hair and about how, like, if it wasn't for being lazy, I would hate it. I don't enjoy when what are you doing over there? Are you doing duck things?
That was my model. That was my modeling photo shoot. That's what they look like now. They look like a bunch of freaks. No, it's like never mind. Anyways.
You have great genes, AJ.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
These are Wrangler Walmart jean shorts. No, they're not jean shorts.
Well, anything's better than American Eagle. What is going on, dude? What is happening? It's been so long since we've done one of these episodes. Miles and I did one on Friday. After the show on Friday, Miles goes, oh, how were your shows on Monday and Wednesday? And I'm like, what? I was like, we didn't do one on Monday or Wednesday. I was like, literally, this is the first show we've done in like, over 2 weeks. But it was sort of just getting my head back together, and just doing a show for the sake of doing a show and being like, hey, what's up, everybody? I missed doing a show. Let's do one. But I feel like today is like the day we are back on schedule and like kind of like hitting the pavement again and getting ready for a big upcoming week. So
I was going to say it's a great day because there's nothing to talk about.
Oh, I don't think that's true. Wait, hold on. Let me look at the run of show. That is true. As it turns out, there is nothing to talk about. No, we got.
No, there is actually. I like what you've done here. So today, Cats, we'll be going through our top 12, 13 most played games, and I'm so glad that you told me to go to the PSN, go to the profile, and sort it by most played, because otherwise I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like boring. Like, of course it's gonna be No Man's Sky at number 1, and that's all I really know. And no, actually turns out No Man's Sky is not even number 1. I know, crazy. No, but it actually turned out to be kind of interesting. So this will be fun to dive into, and yeah. And really there's stuff happening tomorrow, so the timing's just a little bit off, but
right.
Still.
I wish I could take credit for today's topic, but no, this is all Golu, Golu78 over on Discord. Listen, so frequently we talk about making sure that you go on our Discord and just be part of the conversation that's happening over there. But part of what's happening over there is the Viewer Takeover channel. And so you can get your questions on the show, but sometimes your question can become the show. So if you think you have a good topic that you really want us to talk about, throw your Viewer Takeover channel in the Viewer Takeover channel. Viewer Takeover question in the Viewer Takeover channel. AJ, I needed so much coffee to get going that I think I might have overdone it. Just warning everybody ahead of time.
That's good.
So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's kick this show off, man. We got Jason Ewing, and the YouTube's still doing the thing where we can't see people's usernames, but we just see their official name. So Jason Ewing, 1979. Great birth year, by the way. Jason Ewing. I'm a big fan of that birth year. Not only
I'm
is it great,
sensing some bias.
I mean,
that's like whenever everyone says they're born in 87, and I'm like, that's a good year.
As a 25-year-old, AJ, I feel like I have an unbiased opinion on this topic. No, not even close to 25. You guys, with the level 1 membership, you guys don't forget to thumbs up everyone. I think he means don't forget to thumbs up, comma, everyone.
Yeah, don't go around thumbing up everyone.
Everyone you see.
It's not sanitary.
It's not, and I mean it's relatively uncomfortable. I say relatively because I've been in more discomfort than that. We also got the the Oscommando. I have no idea what that is. With the Australian $2 tip, since I joined the stream late, who's the new co-host? Yep.
Welcome.
See, the thing is AJ caught wind that I was looking for a new co-host, and he's like, "Oh no, my job might be on the line. What if I change myself up to look like a different person? Will that give Brian what he's looking for?"
All thanks to ChatGPT. It helped me solve that problem right quick. Now you don't have to fire me, and now I get to keep my job.
Trust me, no one wants your job, AJ. It's thankless.
You really don't.
People on the internet make fun of you, and you don't get paid a goddamn thing. So it's actually one of the worst jobs you could have. Dead Ringer with the level 1.
I'm pretty proud of it. I'm proud of the work we do. That's the only consolation.
I'm glad you're proud of it.
I get paid in feelings, Brian.
I hate to break it to you, AJ.
Oh no, those are gone too? Shit.
Yep. Dead Ringer with the level 1 membership says, Brian, when did you hire AJ's little brother? I thought you were Little Ringer. That's who I thought replaced you. It's Little Ringer. I guess not. I don't know what Little Ringers look like. I'm guessing they
probably
look
like little Dead Ringers.
AJ. Wait, what does Dead Ringer look like?
I don't know, but the juniors look just like him.
Nailed it. All right, let's kick off the show with a viewer takeover question from Luke Sparling. Remember to join our Discord. Click the link in the description below. Leave your viewer takeover questions in the viewer takeover channel. He writes hashtag viewer takeover. What's the best horror game? And I want to pause right there. Because I just love, I was saying this to Miles on Friday, but I just love that it feels like people are already getting into the Halloween season. Like I just went to the theater and watched Weapons on Thursday night. It was great. Awesome flick. And the PlayStation blog put up like, all the upcoming horror games that are coming out or that are out for the rest of 2025. And it's like, bro, this is my job to get excited about Halloween like beginning of September, right? I celebrate it for 2 months, but everyone else is like, no, we want to celebrate it for 3 months this year. And I'm like, I am so on board with that. So I gotta say, shout out to Luke Sparling, because he is obviously on the same page as I am. He says, what's the best? Go ahead. You have to. I
was going to say, I went to the hardware store the other day and they already had their Halloween decorations. Like, this is the one time where I'm like, I'm okay with there being decorations and everything out already.
I'm sorry, the hardware store had Halloween decorations?
Yeah, they always do. They usually set out the stuff that you can like put on your lawn, like big inflatable zombies or whatever.
Big
They're
inflatable
actually
ice agents. Is that what's this year?
Yeah, that's in this year for sure.
Oh, God, scary fucking shit. But that's cool, man. I didn't know the hardware store was that cool. Maybe they're struggling. They need to tap into different audiences. We know who Carbon TM is. It's Andrew. Come on, give me a last name and stuff. What's Andrew's last name?
B.
Perfect.
Starts with a B.
With the 2 quid says
Bailey.
AJ looks like a Russian cosmonaut. LOL and stuff.
Da, comrade.
Whoa.
Should go play that game with the plungers for the hands.
Oh, Jupitergrad.
Yeah, actually, I'd rather play Red Matter. Let's play Red Matter instead and do that.
I mean, I want to play Jupitergrad too. I don't know what that team is doing. Maybe I don't know. I think Jupitergrad must have been a late release on PSVR 1, right? And so maybe it didn't sell to their expectations or something. I don't know. But Dead Ringer says with the $2 says next time I'm on the Discord chat we'll show our faces. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Face reveal coming up on Discord. But let's get back to Luke Sparling, who said, what's the best horror game to put someone into if they are a horror movie veteran, but a total VR noob? He says, edit, personally only have PSVR2, so can't be OG PSVR for my wife. Hard to say if she'll handle locomotion well or not.
I think I know the answer to this.
Talk to me. What do you got?
Well, it depends on how scary, Brian, would you go with this? Like,
that's tough, man, because it's like, you can be a horror movie veteran, but nothing can prepare you for VR horror. So I would say we ease her in to the locomotion and the horror just to be on the safe side.
Maybe Overdark then, which I actually just checked out a little bit earlier. I've been playing basically through every game in the library again to like refresh my memory. And it is taking it is a long process, Brian. But yeah, Overdark is pretty good. It's pretty quality. Little bit of frame rate iffiness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. I don't remember that at launch.
In some places, especially outside areas. So at the very beginning of the game, before you get into the house, it gets choppy, and then you're inside the house, and a lot of it's smooth from that point on.
Okay.
But yeah, it creeps back in later in the game too.
Okay. Yeah, because I played through the beginning again, and that was mostly outside, so that was more noticeable, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, the thing about Overdark, I think it's a good VR game, a good horror VR game, and a good one for maybe beginners, but it's obviously not like super scary if you're like into super scary. But like, I think that's kind of the charm and appeal of Overdark is like, it's kind of like a horror game for people that typically can't handle horror very well. Cause it's got like a little bit of jump scares here and there, but they're very like light and, there's nothing like super in your face. There's nothing chasing you, stuff like that. So I feel like it's it's a little bit more accessible VR horror game that could ease people in.
Yeah, minimal chase stuff. There's at one point you do have to run from something, but it's scripted and It's like if you fail it, you just have to do it again. Yeah, I think you're right. I would actually take it down a notch in terms of scares and locomotion, and just put it right into Switchback.
Ooh,
right? Because Switchback is
yeah.
kind of known for being not nearly as scary as Rush of Blood, and then not having to worry about locomotion, just being like, hey, you're on this roller coaster. It seems like most people are comfortable in that kind of environment, like they don't get motion sickness the way they might otherwise. So so yeah, despite the fact that it's not super scary and it doesn't let you get off and explore the place, I think it might be perfect as an intro horror VR game. Although I do agree with Chrome Colossus, who says maybe affected the manner. Right? That's assuming that somebody's going to be okay with full locomotion. Affected's intense. I really think it's intense. Like I feel like I've got a strong, somewhat of a strong VR backbone for horror stuff. Like, I mean, I go in and I'm like, I never know what to expect, and so I'm always on edge and like, oh, this is going to be fucking intense. Even if it's not going to be, I just don't know what to expect. And even knowing what to expect in Affected, I feel like it really is the ultimate haunted house. They just throw everything at you. They never miss a chance for a jump scare. And so it's exhausting.
Yeah, I would love to say Madison, but I think you need a little bit of VR experience first because it's kind of clunky at first. It's not the most intuitive controls, but once you get them down, it's easy. But I think you're right too. I think Switchback's a great pick for that. And assuming they're not going to finish the game in one run right away, the first half of that game is phenomenal, like really high quality, I think.
Lots of great suggestions in the chat. I mean, everything from Village to the Ghost Town that will be out on PSVR2 later this year. Very, very excited for that one. But yeah, I just get nervous about throwing people into a game with full locomotion. I even saw, who said the seventh guest? Stingray. Ooh. What's up, Stingray? Seventh guest is a good one, right? Because it's not really scary. It's just more atmospherically creepy. But I do think that you have to really, really be in the mood to play the seventh guest, right? Because like you can just be like walking around and be like, I don't know what to do. If I don't know how to beat this puzzle, then what the fuck am I supposed to do next? And I feel like that's, for an introduction to VR, might be a little off-putting, but I could be wrong.
Well, you've got some great choices to choose from, that's for sure. So I'm sure you'll pick the right one. Let us know what you end up picking.
And make sure you stream it so we can all laugh. I mean,
yeah,
that's the fun part about putting somebody who's not used to VR or VR horror into VR, is like getting their reactions. It would be an amazing clip of the week, I'm sure. Just a quick shout out to James Wolf in the chat, who asked, I know it's difficult to predict, but does anyone think there'll be a PSVR 3? We've talked about this a lot on the show, but just to catch you up to at least what I believe, James, is happening or will happen, is that no, there won't be a PSVR 3. There'll just be revisions of the PSVR 2, if anything. And then when the PlayStation 6 comes out, you just be able to plug your PSVR 2 or the PSVR 2 V2 or V3, whatever the fuck it is. There might not even be a revision. Just plug your PSVR 2 straight into the PlayStation 6. Basically, PlayStation made the PSVR 2 future-proof. They made it real easy to say, hey, I'm just going to plug this into our new console. We don't really need to do a goddamn thing to support it. And I think that was sort of the point. They made amazing controllers that really are not going to be need to be updated anytime soon. The display is fantastic. And as we've seen with games like Ancient Dungeon and Subside, like if you get to a certain resolution, certain frame rate, like Murray doesn't become an issue. You don't need to worry about reprojection. And I think the PlayStation 6 is going to make sure that all of that is a no-brainer, no question. Everything just looks phenomenal, right? So I'm excited about the future, man. And I'm glad that Sony kind of future-proofed this thing, that we don't need to worry about Sony making a PlayStation VR 3, because they might not, right? So, and I think they knew that too. They were just like, we'll just make sure that we don't have to make one. Nice and easy.
Did you see that article, or I don't know if this was a rumor or if this was like a quote. I think it was a quote from what's his name, Takahashi, the new CEO, like lead head CEO. I don't know if you saw this or not, but it was something about them a lot of people were kind of concerned because they said something, and a lot of people took it as they're switching away from being a hardware company. They're trying to change their focus to being more of a like service and keeping people engaged with stuff. Like services and content is like what they kind of like were hinting at. And I don't know like how much of it was like blown out of proportion because I really didn't do the digging on it. But did you hear about that at all?
No, and I also wasn't really listening. What?
Um,
what?
okay, AJ.
I know, right?
You need to start growing a beard.
That's your job, is to not listen on Gamescast. I'm sorry, I was trying to set up the next segment or find a trailer to play while you were talking. But
anyways,
sorry about that.
So long story short, I don't know like really what's going on at Sony right now. This is like a Sony that I have never seen before. I think most of us haven't seen before. So like nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors there right now. We will find out eventually, obviously, once we start seeing them getting back to like, announcing what they've been working on and developing. And I mean, obviously it'd be silly of them not to like they're obviously going to release PS6, but yeah, I don't know like in terms of like expanding it through hardware and accessories, how if they're going to continue that or if they're going to focus more on like software and services. But yeah, at the end of the day, like you said, it's I what I like about the PSVR2 is like you don't really need a new one. Yes, there's like little minor things that you could do to improve it. Basically making like, one with pancake lenses and a wireless model is the only way I can see it getting any better from here. Which is really not, those are like some two little changes kind of, well, I guess they would be big, but,
yeah. I did see old Darth in the chat saying PSVR2 revision 2.0 will be wireless. I don't think people understand how much money that will take. And I think Sony's has seen how price affects sales. Right? They desperately want to get the PSVR2 price down as much as possible. I think releasing another headset that's now suddenly $500-$600 again is against their interests. Right? I think that they know that console gamers are fine with wireless, and they've seen the benefits of. I'm sorry, fine with wired, not wireless, and we've seen the benefits and how much that affects us. So I do think that like they're trying to get the price down, and maybe a new revision will get the price down even further. And if they can get it down to like $300, great. But I don't think that's going to happen with a wireless headset. So I don't see that anytime soon.
My only, I think obviously wireless has the accessibility, the comfort kind of feel to it. Like it feels good, but I get worried about, it kind of depends on the tech that goes into it. I don't like the potential of like video compression and the artifacting that could come from that. And like all sorts of other, it's a kind of a give and take and what you can get. And yeah, I don't know. Sony's in this like, they obviously haven't given up support on VR. They've said they think it's important. It's just not their sole focus. And they've taken this kind of like cautious kind of approach where they're not heavily investing multiple studios into it right now, but they're also like still supporting it, like and leaning on indie devs, third-party developers, things like that. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think at the very least, PSVR2 will be compatible with PS6, and probably start there.
Yep. Until VR really starts taking off, it's like I don't think there's much Sony can do other than being like, hey, here's some more money, Capcom, bring Resident Evil 9 into VR.
Well, again, with Meta having like kind of going a little aggressive, a little too early, and trying to monopolize VR. And then that losing steam on that side, and people are now questioning about like, the state of VR, all this stuff. It's like, like there's definitely been a setback in the industry. And on top of that, there's a setback on the games industry as well. To both VR and gaming kind of took a hit this gen. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. We just got to kind of just hope for the best and appreciate the good things we get and hope for more.
Yeah, I think everybody went hard on VR for a little bit, right? Even Sony first party, like we had a couple of years there where it was like Blood and Truth and Everybody's Golf and Farpoint and Astrobot Rescue Mission. We had a really really good period there where we're like, man, they are really supporting this thing. And you know, and we saw that with first party Meta stuff as well. Or Meta buying up studios. So Half-Life Alyx was out on Steam, and then it's like everyone is sort of like backed the fuck off and been like, this is so. Get third parties to take care of this. So like we can sit this out for a little bit and just wait for VR to catch on. So people who are claiming it's a PSVR2 problem, I mean, are just not paying attention to what's happening out there in the VR space in general. So it's fine. Everything's fine. VR will be great. But
it's still it's still anticipated in the market to become like a like right now it's like a $50 billion something and like industry or whatever, and now and like it's still projected by like 2033 to be like a $400 billion industry, so, or market. So yeah, it's still growing. It's just, it's a slow ride. This isn't, you know, we've been here a while. This is how it is. It explodes overnight and then it stops. It comes to a screeching halt, and then something blows up for, you know, a little bit, and then it just comes to a screeching halt, and it just over and over. It's stop and start over and over. And
yep. I see it on the channel too, man. Like I see like there was the year that Skyrim came out. I mean, I was getting 150 subscribers a day on Without Parole. I mean, it was just nonstop. It was just like, holy crap, VR's taking off. This is it. It's snowballing. Finally, everything's happening. And nope, that's not the case. Yeah. You know, I'll get 150 subscribers a month sometimes now. Sometimes if I'm lucky. Yeah. So
I mean, Meta, Microsoft bought basically half of the industry, basically all the biggest stuff in the industry, and Meta bought Oculus, and that's where we are today. Yay. Yay for corporations.
Wonderful. They make everything so much better. Scally says gaming with the 10 quid says wasn't able to watch the top 25, top 30 debate live, but wanted to give you your flowers. Thanks for everything you do for the community. Thank you so much, Scally says gaming. I mean, shout out to my co-hosts who sat it out. Like, I feel like I'm in a constant state of denial before these things, being like, I will be able to knock this out in 3, maybe 4 hours. And then like 7 hours later, we're like, you've got to be kidding me. We're still doing this. So shout out to my co-hosts who are awesome and stuck it out with me. Just for the love of PSVR2 and for the love of all these games, making sure that the good ones get the recognition they deserve. I thought it was an awesome time to come together, and then I disappeared for the next 2 weeks.
That was honestly probably the best show we've done in a while. I skimmed through some of it back, and I was like, this was actually pretty good. Because I had to hear all the things that you said during the whole time, 8 hours where I wasn't listening to you. So
it's like a brand new show.
Exactly. It's like watching it for the first time. I just skipped whenever I was talking and just listened to everyone else.
All right, we're gonna get on to more tips in a little bit here, but let's talk about some news and coming. I mean, I guess this is the biggest news of the week. We get the VR game showcase tomorrow. Jamie Feltham show. This has become kind of the de facto place where we expect. I wouldn't say AAA game announcements, but some of the bigger game announcements of the year. And we know that they're partnering with Flat to VR, and that there should be some new stuff announced. I don't know if it's stuff that's been, if it's updates on previously announced games, which I would love to see. Maybe some footage of Flat Out, but I want to say we might see some new announcements from them as well. What are you expecting to see tomorrow, AJ?
Definitely expecting a surprise or two. It sounded like, I thought Flat to VR was maybe teasing something, right? Like some new announcement.
I don't know. I need to. I haven't really had my finger on the pulse lately.
I thought that's what you guys were talking about on Friday, but maybe I was wrong.
God only knows what we talked about on Friday. I have no idea. I'm gonna go to Flat to VR's Twitter account and see if they.
I thought I remember Miles kind of teasing, saying maybe something might happen from them, or at least he was like really excited and proud of like what they had ready for this show. And there's gonna be some. I mean, yeah, there's obviously Aces of Thunder, which is not a new announcement, but I I think it's going to majority be updates on games, and then maybe like a couple, like a surprise announcement sprinkled in here and there. I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Talk to me.
Moss or Glass Breakers. Like, it's one of those games where I'm not like, I feel like it's one of those games that like once I play, I'll be really excited about. It's not the most like exciting game leading up to it, but looking at the outside in, but I feel like that's one that I don't know. I just love the Moss universe, and to have something new with Moss really, really excites me.
Yeah. I just, every single time a single player series goes multiplayer, I just kind of lose interest. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm sure that there's obviously something here. But yeah, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I have actually zero desire to play this or to learn more about it. But I feel like once I put the headset on and look into it and actually play it for myself, I'll be like, oh, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. They've always known what they're doing. I should trust them more than I do. Polyarch.
Yeah.
So just the official statement over here from Flat to VR. I'm looking at their Twitter post. I'm sorry, not Twitter post. I'm sorry. Let's try this one more time. The VR Game Showcase tweeted 9 hours ago. The VR Game Showcase returns tomorrow with Glass Breakers, Forefront, which is not confirmed for PSVR2, Reach from Endreams, Ace of Thunder, new Quest, PC, and PSVR2 titles, Flat to VR, Fast Travel Games, Soul Assembly, and then many surprises. AJ, I've been complaining about Breach a little bit. I was sort of outspoken on Fridays. Reach. Oh, did I say Breach?
Yeah.
I say Breach all the time.
Sorry, I should let it go. I knew what you meant.
No, don't let it go, because I hate that I say it, because I know that I say it, and I don't love the name of it. So, if for no other reason than because I get it wrong all the time. But I'm just not excited for that game, and I either need them to stop talking about it and give us a release date, or show me something that excites me. Right? As much as I'm excited for a new Endreams game, especially from Studio Elevation, it looks like a lot of VR games that we've played before. Like, you run around, jump, climb, kill enemies, melee combat. It's like, okay, cool. What? I hope it stands out because of its production values. But I'm not sure what else is going to get me excited to play that. Which is, I know a dumb thing to say, man. It's a new Endreams game. I should be excited, period. But I just don't feel it.
Yeah, this is one of my more anticipated games. This is like, when I think about the upcoming games, this is definitely one that I'm like actually excited about. They only need to do one thing though. Like, I'm already sold on the game. To me, it looks like Endreams' version of a superhero Blood and Truth is kind of what it looks like to me. I feel like it's going to be kind of like that kind of experience. Obviously, there's going to be more full locomotion, more freeform gameplay, but it kind of like structurally, it just reminds me with its leading cinematic presentation. That's something that that makes me really excited. Brian, if I were Endreams, I would. There's only one trailer I would come out and say, and it would just be the Reach background, and a dude would walk out and just go, Reach is 15 hours long, and then walks back away, and then walks away, and that's it. That's all I want. That's the only thing at this point that you can show me that I like really need to know is like the length of the game, which you're probably not going to tell us, and it's probably going to be on the shorter side.
What you just described, is that the VR version of the original E3 PlayStation press conference?
Yeah, $490. Was it $299? Yeah, that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do. Like, just tell us how long the game is, especially if it's like 8 to 15 hours long. Like, you need to tell people. Because that will get them more excited.
Dude, I think far more than a Blood and Truth. I keep saying when I say reference or inspiration. When I'm looking at this, it just looks like what I wanted from Stride Fates. because it is seemingly mostly about the parkour, about getting from one place to another. And the game's called Reach. I can only assume that that's what we're going to be looking at here. And I just hope it does. I hope it does. That element of it doesn't outstay its welcome, because it can be really, really fun to do cool traversal in VR. But if they don't nail it, then it's just going to feel tedious. But from everybody who's gone hands-on with it, even a while back, it doesn't sound like that'll be an issue. It sounds like the traversal here is phenomenal.
The gameplay I am not really worried about. There's only two things that I'm most concerned about is game length and story. If it can nail those two things together, I think you're looking at like a top PSVR2 game contender or top VR game contender. If those things go the ways that Endreams games usually go, and it's like really short, like unengaging story, then it's still gonna, I think, be great, but it's gonna, not be as good as it could possibly be.
Yeah. People have started saying that Aces of Thunder is dead because we haven't seen any updates from that studio, but I'm actually really happy that they stopped posting daily on Twitter and instead have held back. They started holding back after a little while, and here we go. Like tomorrow, we've got an official Aces of Thunder update, which I don't think we've seen like a major update from them in a very long time. Like we've seen like little clips, like some things on Twitter that show like some VRAF elements and about like opening the windows and interacting with some of the devices or instruments in the cockpit. But yeah, there hasn't been like a big like state of play type update since it first got announced in a state of play or a showcase or wherever the hell that happened. So I'm excited to see what they have to say. I want to see like a 2-minute video from them talking about, all the updates that they've done since the last time people have played it. And then I want it to end with the release date because I am tired of hearing about this game. And I think everybody is just ready to play it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to jump back in actually to see how it's doing, see if there's anything that's changed since I first tested it in the early access. I still have the access to it, so I really...
They updated it? Or are they updating your version of it, or was that like a...
Yeah, I don't actually know if they have updated it. Maybe. I might be able to check here.
And also, is this your footage that I have no idea if this is your footage? Yeah. Oh, thank goodness, because I didn't want to be accidentally stealing footage from somebody else.
No, I saw you thinking about that on Friday.
I'll steal footage from you all day.
I provided you that footage, sir.
I appreciate it.
You did not steal anything.
Yeah, I don't know. So, what do you think? You think there's going to be some? You think there's going to be some big surprises? You think there's going to? I think Jamie was saying even from a month or two ago, he was talking about the August VR game showcase, saying this is going to be the biggest and best one yet, which I know is something that you're supposed to say when you're the one promoting your own show. But for whatever reason, I believe him. I think this is going to be pretty epic, I think.
Well, I'm going to temper my expectations because that is the correct thing to do.
Good. I'm not going to temper my expectations, and Jamie and I will be streaming this thing tomorrow. It starts early. It'll be starting before noon Eastern. It's going to start off with like a whole some kind of, what is it, indie showcase? What are they calling this thing? Hold on a second. I think
it's just a VR game showcase.
I've got the press release somewhere around here. I just don't know where. Let's see. VR Game Showcase, the biggest digital showcase in VR gaming, returns for its Summer 2025 event on August 12th. The show kicks off on YouTube and TikTok, blah, 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 blah. Okay, pre-show starting at 8:40 a.m. Pacific, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 20 minutes before noon. And...
Pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show...
Probably a bunch of, I guess, indie announcements or something.
That's what it seems like. And so Jamie and I will be starting about 20 minutes prior to that. So we can kind of get in our own predictions and make sure we kind of wrangle everybody up and make sure everyone has gotten the notification that we're live. So if you want to watch the VR Game Showcase with me and Jamie, make sure you're here tomorrow. I'll set that stream up tonight so that you can schedule it and you don't miss out on it. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I feel like the summer's here. It's been a little bit slow for the last couple weeks. It's sometimes a little bit too hot, and so I don't feel like putting the headset on. So I feel like I need excitement from outside, my headset to get me excited about PSVR2 right now. Although, AJ, I did stop into Ancient Dungeon today, and every time I play that game, I fall in love with it all over again. It is a phenomenal game. Deserves a higher place on the top 25 debate. Just saying. Just saying.
I would have gladly have it take Call of the Mountain spot.
That's fair.
No, not really.
Yeah. This game keeps getting updated with all sorts of new stuff. And then today, the update, we were a little bit late on the PSVR 2 side of things, the Quest, and I believe PC already got this new class, the Mage update. They'd gotten it like last week or something. I played for an hour and a half today in order to unlock the Mage class. I did not unlock the Mage class. So you have to get to the third area, which is the library, which is not difficult if you played the game plenty of times and you're familiar with it. Very, very easy to get to. But there is a slight chance that you will not find the new class when you're in the library section. And so I checked every single corner of that map, and I did not find it. I did not unlock it. So I've actually got a game paused right now at the end of the library section, right before the boss, where I'm going to have to go in and complete that and then go in and do it again. The developers are saying that if you don't get it the first time, you're almost guaranteed to get it the second time. I was like, man, I'm only a little bit down on this because I wanted to unlock it before the show. I'm totally fine with making me work for the unlocks. I have no problem with that at all. But I really wanted to experience it for myself before the show, and I didn't realize how long it was going to take me to unlock it. But I am super, super, super excited because any excuse to play more Ancient Dungeon is a good one. And if anybody out there wants to play some multiplayer tonight, let me know because I've got a lot more to unlock. I don't even have enough insight to unlock everything that I need to unlock. Has anybody in the chat unlocked it on PSVR 2? And if so, did you get it on your first run? Because yeah.
It just dropped today, right? Or was it yesterday?
It was today. It was this morning, but my sleep schedule is so backwards, AJ, that I'm literally going to sleep at 7 a.m. and waking up at late afternoon. It's a mess right now. It's a sleep pattern. It's a sleep pattern I fall into far too often.
Yeah.
And so which is gonna make the VR game showcase interesting. Between now and then, I might have to not sleep. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
And Aramite says first run on PC for me. I'm so jealous, but yeah. It'll be fun. I've seen videos of other people playing it, and I really like the way that it looks. And just having a new way to play this game is going to be awesome because swords and crossbows were different enough, but not insanely different. So this will be fun. You want to play with me, AJ? You want to play?
Maybe.
I'd love to get Wes in here. Wes still hasn't played Ancient Dungeon, which I'm pretty sure if we got him in, they love it as.
You know what I like about roguelikes? I don't know if I don't know if I told you all this, but I actually kind of like roguelikes now. Because I like good roguelikes. There's some that are out there where they call it a roguelike and it has no depth, no progression. Yeah. And that is awful to me because then you're playing this, it's literally the same thing over and over and over. When they have good progression, when they have good unlocks and deep skills and stuff that you can get, it really does make it feel different every time you run through it. Sometimes some of the levels might look the same, but it's the gameplay is so much different. And I really like that about that. So it's been interesting because I don't really have a ton of experience with roguelikes, but I guess because of VR I do.
Yeah, I would say, listen, between
this point,
Returnal and Hellsweeper and Synapse, Yeah, I feel like you've got plenty of experience.
Okay, yeah. So, and I've kind of come around on roguelikes. Like, I don't think they're as bad as I
When
thought
I
they
come
were.
around. Sorry.
There it is.
I'll stop.
Always one 90s music reference.
I stopped myself at least 2 times earlier from singing other songs.
But anyways, what I was trying to say was I like that you can complete a run in 1 hour. Like, it doesn't take my favorite thing about roguelikes is that it doesn't take all damn day long to like play them and enjoy them. Like, you can literally, it seems like all of them, it seems like you can complete a run in an hour. So if you want to play it to completion or whatever, it's like, yeah, that takes only an hour out of your day. And that is really nice. I like that.
And for people like me who absolutely love progression systems and feeling like I am more powerful the next time I play it, any game like this or Ghost Signal, completing a run or two and then right before you quit for the day, you go upgrade something, permanent upgrade. That's the best feeling ever, right? I've been playing through Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 for the last couple of weeks, and and basically what I'm doing there is I'll go complete 4 shrines. That's kind of my goal every single time I sit down to play it, and I'll go complete 4 shrines so that I can either upgrade my health, get an extra heart container, or upgrade my stamina. And then I'm like, okay, good. I'm more powerful now than when I sat down like an hour or 2 ago, and now I can put the Switch down and feel like I accomplished something in that game today. Sorry, I'm converting this channel to a Switch 2 channel. I'm trying to ease everybody into it by talking about Breath of the Wild just a little bit every day. But man, I fucking love Nintendo so much. Anyway, so yeah, I do have to say I probably could have blasted through Ancient Dungeon today. I could have gotten a couple runs done in the time that I spent with it. But every time I get in there, I play it the same way. I painstakingly take my time and make sure that I blow up every single crack and every single wall and check out every single coin. I'm not rushing to the boss. I'm trying to. I want to make sure I collect as many coins as possible, kill as many enemies as possible, and ultimately have all the upgrades and coins and anything that I could find in order to be more powerful. By the time the run ends. But
and again, it still doesn't take up your whole day doing that, which is nice.
No, but I wanted to. Yeah. What's next on the show here? Fantastic. Let's hit up a couple tips first, though. We will say hi to Comic Book Guy. What's up? Hold on, what happened? Comic Book Guy with the 10 quid. What's up, dude? It says, hello everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. But speaking of Switchback, call back. I would have loved if they released more DLC. I think I had mentioned that before. I think absolutely. I think the biggest complaint about Switchback is the level of horror, and I think
the second half of the game, man.
Oh, wait, biggest problem, kind of puzzly and stuff.
The biggest problem with Switchback is literally just the second half of the game,
right?
And like no roller coasters and yeah,
dude, that's crazy. Like Rush of Blood at least had some intense roller coaster moments, but Rush of Blood never like did the loops, never did the corkscrews, right? It was very, even though there were big hills, it's very tame, and I wish Switchback would take advantage of knowing what gamers want and add more content. I think that's such a great idea, Comic Book Guy. Make some scarier levels and then make some cool roller coaster stuff. I don't know. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Speaking of roller coasters.
Yes.
I've been playing a lot of Epic Roller Coasters.
Oh,
and
nice.
Dude, they have done some big updates to that game. I almost actually messaged you to be like, dude, you might want to talk about Epic Roller Coasters. They've added lots of new levels to that. There's lots of really good DLC, and they've revamped their shooting mode where now instead of just regular targets, now there's blue and red. Well, I guess there's different difficulties, so it will change depending on what you choose. But on normal mode, there's like 3 different modes for the shooting mode. On normal mode, there's blue and red targets, and your right gun is a blue gun, your left gun is a red gun.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Never heard of this.
Wonder where they came up with that. But it's actually really fun, and they put targets everywhere. Actually, the footage you're showing right now has it. Is that a new trailer or something, or? Is that maybe something that's
Yeah.
always been there that I missed? Or?
No. This trailer specifically is for the shooter update that came out. I don't know what 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
Oh, so they did advertise this. I didn't know they advertised this all, but yeah, that's what it looks like now. It's like so much better. It's actually really fun. All three game modes are pretty fun, and yeah, there's like a wall of guns to choose from. I was shocked. There was like a lot of guns that you can choose, and even I got a good laugh out of. I was recording all the footage, and you see the screen just start shaking because I was laughing so hard. They have a toilet launcher, which basically looks like a big PVC pipe with like a roll of toilet paper, like rolls of toilet paper as like the ammo clip, like a round clip or something. I don't know. And
That's wasteful, AJ. That's wasteful.
It's very wasteful. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody should download Epic Rollercoasters. It's free, and so that they give you an idea of whether you'll enjoy the experience of being on these roller coasters and the shooting with the stuff they include for free, and then everything else is paid DLC, which can get expensive, but like you buy what you want. So
they also added like a game on. It's tricky. This might be one of the videos I'm working on, Brian, but I don't want to spoil anything. But I just did.
Just tell me, and then I'll make it, so you don't have to.
I would totally be down for that if you are.
No, I have been so tired lately. I can't even get the top 30 video out. I am working on it slowly. I really wanted to get the script done. AJ got his part of the script done fucking 2 weeks ago. It was insane. And then, but I'm doing the script for myself, Miles and Wes, and that is taking longer than expected because I just can't focus. It's too hot.
Disco Beaver. There is native B haptics support. Right. Which, to be honest with you, I might like the audio to haptics better. Surprisingly,
that I'm sure that doesn't happen too often.
No, does not.
We got Alhambra D, Cat Allergic Game Cat with the level 3 membership says, what if they go OC mode and allow different
overclocked mode?
Yeah, AJ, I'm gonna need help on this one. My brain is not functioning well enough. I saw hold on, he followed that up with a tip that said, sorry for the typos, my wife is driving. But what if they go OC mode and allow different AUE tracking headsets, like an Apple Vision Pro, which already uses Sense controllers? They might see VR as a peripheral like HOTAS or Wheel. Okay. I feel like we're on the verge of knowing what he's saying here. We can get this.
I need to call Dr. Robert Langdon and figure this out. What are the symbols? Put them together. It's an anagram.
Oh my God. Somebody in the chat clearly has deciphered this already. And it's like
yeah, I don't know. My brain like shuts down halfway through reading it.
Yeah. Allow different tracking heads. OC. I don't know. I have no idea. Alhambra, we love you.
Alhambra, ask again.
Oh, Looper's saying that AUE is eye. Okay, so what if they go OC mode and allow different eye tracking heads? Is it headsets? Like the Apple Vision Pro, which already uses Sense controllers, they might see VR. Okay, so I think what he's asking here is like, what if they say, hey, don't worry about PSVR2. PSVR2 is an option for you to play VR on PlayStation 5, but you can also use your Apple Vision Pro, or you can use your Quest 3, whatever, you just plug it into the headset or plug it into the console. I think that's an interesting option. But yeah, I guess if there's not many eye tracking headsets, right? It's only Apple Vision Pro, right? What else has it?
That one Quest has it as well. The one Quest that nobody bought.
The Quest Pro has it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this doesn't really help anybody because the Apple Vision Pro is way too expensive, and so there's not a ton of those out there, and nobody bought the Quest Pro. So yeah, so in the future, I would say in the future this might work, right? Like when the Quest 4 comes out or something, and hopefully it sells a lot. But yeah, it's a good idea. I don't see any reason to gatekeep VR anywhere. I feel like you should just be able to plug in any headset anywhere and make it work. But I mean, we do have a lot of very specific features, and I would hate for people to lose out on on headset rumble or adaptive trigger support. I don't know. It's a good idea, man. I just think that I'm not smart enough to flesh that idea out fully. Holy shit! Did I miss this? Ace Gamer sent 20 PSVR2 without parole gift memberships. 20. That's a lot. Thank you, Ace Gamer. That's very, very generous of you. 20, AJ. That's more than 10.
It's a lot. Big
Sorry.
numbers.
Sorry it took us so long to decipher that, Ali Embre. Game Cato with the Australian 10 says, Struth Cobber, AJ, you look 10 years younger. You know what else makes you younger? The joy of playing 90s extreme skiing.
There it is.
There it is. Yep. With friends, because it's laughter and social interaction makes you stay young. Do it. I mean, I agree. That was but that's what makes Among Us fun, Among Us VR fun. That's what makes 90s extreme skiing fun. That's what makes Galaxy Kart fun. It's when you're in there, you're playing with friends and you're just laughing hysterically at fucking each other over. Like skiing by Geisen and punching him in the face and just hearing him go, oh, like it's hard not to laugh, man. This is, as much as I prefer single player games, which you'll probably see in just a second. This is the beauty of multiplayer stuff, allowing you to interact with each other and just having a good time. That's what games are, man. I think somewhere along the line, people forgot that games were supposed to be fun. And I'm just so happy that games like 90s Extreme Skiing and Galaxy Kart are out there, because they are so much fun and they are a great way to spend time with friends. And in a world where like we don't get to see our friends like as much as we want, like in real life, most of the people I consider my best friends I have not seen in years. And I think that's ridiculous. So, agreed. Game Cato, agreed.
We'll check it out at some point. I did check out Snow Scout, because I am still working on that Hidden Gems video.
You haven't played 90s Extreme Skiing?
The multiplayer.
Right. That's a whole separate game.
Yeah. No, that's the closest thing I've played is Snow Scout again.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do prefer Snow Scout because it's a single player and kind of adventure game, but it's great. I am glad that Game Cato's out there preaching about this, because it's important, man. It's important. It takes a village to raise a VR game. Grandpa's Barbecue or Game Cat with the Australian $2 tip says, bloody hell, I didn't know AJ had a son.
I do not.
In the middle of GamesCast one day, just gonna be a knock on the door. Be like, sorry, I just watched Big Daddy recently. That movie fucking holds up, by the way. Not all Adam Sandler movies hold up.
I didn't like it when it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's because I was all about the Adam Sandler comedies, like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, whatever, and that was like a drama, and I wasn't into dramas at the time, and I don't think it's a bad movie or anything.
I hope you're putting drama in quotations, because it's like it's still, dude, if you go back and watch like even 50 First Dates, which in my head was just like a romantic comedy, like a rom-com, and had Adam Sandler in it, it is still a fucking goofy ass Adam Sandler movie. Like you go back and watch these movies and they're just filled with Adam Sandler like dick and fart jokes. They hold up more than I think. Have you seen Big Daddy in like the last 15 years?
No.
You should give it another shot.
I'm too busy watching Twisted Metal. Actually, I really want to there's a couple things I want to go watch soon. Tomorrow, Aliens tomorrow.
Alien Earth. I know, I'm so
Can't
excited.
wait to be disappointed in that.
I know, and it makes me even more nervous that the early reviews are so positive, because anytime that happens, it's like,
that means it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, like no one, and speaking as a critic myself, no one doesn't understand the media they're critiquing more than critics.
I need I need the critics to give something like a 6.5 out of 10. That's how I know it's gonna be good.
Kramer 3K in the chat says Big Daddy is not a drama, for fuck's sake. I think this again, I was misremembering 50 First Dates as well, and I feel like if you go back, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is just fucking goofy almost the whole time, and it's got Jon Stewart in it, which makes everything better. Just saying. Hookedworm 17, the Hoosier Game Cat with the level 2 membership says, you got the cutest little baby face. Now, I don't know the song. I would sing it. In my head, something like, you got the cutest little baby face, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it at all. Somebody in the chat tell me how it's sung. I'll wait. Also, yeah, Happy Gilmore 2 was pretty rough. Bit mappy. That was like it was. I just you're not gonna watch it?
No. Last movie I liked from Adam Sandler was right before. Now, you know what? I'm not going to say this because it's going to discredit. It's going to discredit everything. None of you will ever trust anything I ever say again if I complete what I was going to say.
Tell me.
So I'm not.
Finish the sentence.
No, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to lose my trust in everybody forever. But
okay.
Little Nicky was the last good movie he made.
Listen,
there's so many things wrong with that.
Those are my stoner days. Those are my major drinking days. I do not remember watching Little Nicky. I just remember after watching it being like, that was fucking terrible. I don't, and that's where I started. That's where I started falling off of Adam Sandler. But I don't know if I stand by that statement or not. I have no idea because it's been a while.
It's a terrible movie, but I loved it when it came out.
Oh, okay. You agree that it's terrible?
I do agree it's terrible, but I liked it.
Sweet. All right. Okay. Getting back to the viewer takeover questions. I just want to, again, shout out to Golu78, who wrote in our viewer takeover channel, as #viewer takeover, your top 25 debate video was awesome, but please try another take to make a, let's say, top 10 list by time played. There's an easy way. Go to the main menu of your PlayStation 5, go to your profile, and then sort by most played. There, you can filter only PS5 games, and you will know which one is PSVR2. I'm sure it'll create a very interesting list. Please share it with the Game Cats. We went a little bit of a different direction here, Golu. We just sorted our games by most played, and clearly this only goes back to the PlayStation 4, right? So we got PS4 and PS5 games, does not take into account all the games I played on PS3 and prior. And I didn't want to sort it by PS5, or I didn't want to sort it by VR. I kind of wanted to know. I've been covering the VR space for almost 10 years, so I kind of wanted to know, after 10 years of covering VR games, what are my most played games, and how many VR games actually crept into the top 10 or top 12, whatever it is. So AJ, you also did this, correct?
I did.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for telling how to do that, because I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I don't ever dig deep into the PlayStation options, and
they're kind of all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, the PlayStation 5 does everything I want it to do for the most part. It's just like I just don't know how to do any of it.
It's just horribly organized.
They finally got it to where like it's really, really easy to create a voice chat, a party chat with all the people you're playing a game with currently. Like, it took forever for them to implement that properly, or for them to make that option easily accessible. I don't know if there was an option for that, but I could never find it. And I was always like in a game with other people, then searching through my friends lists for those people, and it was always a mess. Even when you go to the recently played together tab, it was never accurate. It was always a mess. Anyway, the point is, we've got some games here. How many did you? I put my top 12, AJ, and the reason I did the top 12 is because Gran Turismo 7 was number 12. and I wanted to make sure that I got on the list. Only 63 hours, which means after I was done with the review, I fucking abandoned that game completely because I think that means I only put about 3 hours in after the review was over, which
Oh my goodness.
I hate because it's got reasons to get in there every single day. Like the dailies are the reason to have Gran Turismo 7 and get in there and get your rewards and unlock new cars and all that shit. And so I hate that it's so low on this list.
Yeah, that's shocking.
There's a lot, dude. There's a lot of shocking shit on this list, and I will say that I almost didn't want to do this because because there was stuff that I was like, ugh, I don't want to admit that I've only played.
Afraid you're going to be judged.
Oh, not afraid. I know I'm going to be judged. We've been doing this for a while, AJ. If there's any way that somebody could judge us, like from this point on, no one will trust my opinion on Gran Turismo 7 because they're like, you only played fucking 60 hours of that game. You don't deserve to have an opinion.
I think I'm pretty safe here.
Okay.
Actually, sort of. So at I had 13. At number 13, it was Hitman with 22 hours, which kind of actually seems kind of low, but 22 hours is actually it's a lot of hours. And those are actual played. There was a couple of games in here like Hubris that I had like left on and it counted up, and I chopped those out because I was like, I didn't spend 40 hours in Hubris. Like I spent maybe 5 to 10 at most.
I do have one on this list that's very concerning, and I'm like, that can't be right, but we'll address that when it comes up.
But number 20 or number 12, Wanderer Fragments of Fate. I have 23 hour. I put 23 hours into it.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So already looking at our list here, you've got so the top of your list, I bet your hours are way higher than mine. But at the bottom of your list, my hours are higher than yours. So mine's going to look a little more even keeled than yours. Interesting. I can't wait to spend more time in Wanderer. I think I've decided though I'm not going to get back in and do my review on that until 2026 because there's no way they're actually going to complete the roadmap the way that they want to on time. No. And second, we're going to have so much shit to do between now and the end of December, including, any end of year shows that we do, a ton of reviews and Brian Bites, nonstop GamesCast and PSVR this week's. I just don't even want to promise anybody that I'm going to touch Wanderer until 2026. And so hopefully the team drops their combat update and everything else by then.
Yeah, the end of this year is probably going to be super busy.
It is cool that we both kicked off our lists with VR games, because number 11 for me is Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Oh, you know what? I think I did filter mine by PSVR2 games.
Oh, well then we're going to have a much different list then.
But to be fair, all that would be thrown in there somewhere is like Returnal, I think. Returnal, maybe Final Fantasy. I don't know. That's it.
Is it too late to get a new list? Can you look over there to your left and?
So you want me to include the flat games too?
I'm just curious about it because again, like the fact that I've got all these flat screen games that are breaking the top 12. Again, it says something. It says something about VR, and it also says something about me as a VR content creator that like I don't have time to stick around and play these VR games after the review is done, right? And so for me, it's like, there's a little bit of insight as to what kind of gamer I was before PSVR came around. But it's cool. Either way, it's fine.
I'll look, but most of what was on there was actually PS4 games, and that's from the PS4 days. That's not from PS5 days. So
yeah, same.
Those were getting in the way.
Okay. I mean, I've got PS4, right? I've got PS4, PS5, flat screen, VR. It doesn't matter. I just.
You included those? Like, yep. Those PS4 games could be from last gen.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that make sense of playing on your PS5?
I didn't care what console. For me, it didn't matter. Like, I'm just looking back at basically the last 10 plus years, right? and seeing what's made the list, what's made the cut. I guess more than 10 years. But anyway, it's fine. We don't have to have the same requirements for our list.
Yeah, because mine's all like, if I did my top 12, it's all PS4 games that I played on a PS4. None of this is actually from a PS5.
Well, I think I'm missing why being on a PS5 is important.
Because I haven't played these in years. Some of these, most of these.
Dude, you should. Some of the games coming up I haven't played in years either.
I like accuracy.
All right.
And I just feel like it's more accurate to go by actual games I've been playing this, like on this console that I'm checking this on.
Okay. Yeah, that was not a concern of mine at all. I just thought it'd be fun talking about what games over the past decade we spent the most time with. So number 10 for me was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I am not an Assassin's Creed fan. I just never was into that series. But it was when I bought my PS4, Target had a buy two get one free for launch day PS4 games. And I got into Black Flag and I fucking loved it. 68 hours in an Assassin's Creed game for me, bonkers, absolute bonkers. But a good time, a really good time. I'm not sure if I ever beat it, but it was awesome.
So I'm gonna start over. My number 12, if we're doing it your way, my number 12 is Borderlands 2 with 161 hours.
Borderlands 2 VR?
Yes.
Whoa, that's great. That had so much DLC, so much content in it. That does not surprise me that it's there.
It was probably one of my most popular games to live stream. People loved tuning in, watching me play that with the aim controller. And I would stream the DLC, like all the DLC is the best part of that game. Yep. Which is something that, some people might not know, but anybody that's played through it knows. But like the DLC is like actually probably I'd say almost twice as good as the base game. Even like the Thanksgiving theme, the Halloween theme stuff, I would do like a live stream of those DLCs on those holidays, and It was super fun.
Get caught up to me. Blast
number
through
11
and 10.
is The Walking Dead's Saints and Sinners 1. 174 hours.
What?
A lot of that comes from Saturday Night live streams. People would often like to have they would often choose the trials mode, the meat grinder update. Which, by the way, I've revisited that mode and it's still so much fun. Like that's actually a really good, really fun mode.
Awesome. I would love to play through it again on PSVR 2. It's one of those games that I stopped into, played for 30 minutes to be like, okay, you're just doing a little quick comparison here based on the PSVR 1 and the PSVR 2 versions, and then didn't really spend much time with. But man, what a classic game! I could definitely go back to that. What's your number 10?
Number 10 is a PS5 game.
Woohoo!
Might be the only one. And it was my number 1 on the first list that I did. That is Gran Turismo 7 with 187 hours.
That's where I want to be with that.
Guess who played after launch? Who played more? Yeah, no, like you said, man, like Gran Turismo's it's an amazing game. It already has like an insane amount of content. With a lot of these updates, it gives you like reason to go back in, especially when they add like new levels, like the snow tracks were awesome when they added those. They've redone the dirt physics, although they're still not like that great. They're not as good as like Dirt Rally. But just all the cars, all the content, the weekly challenges you mentioned, those are great.
Yep. Man, it's one of these things I always think that in the future, I'm like, I'll figure out my life and I'll figure out my schedule in a way that like I'm gonna get up at a certain time and I'm gonna spend 45 minutes in Gran Turismo while the coffee's brewing or whatever like that. It's like I always have these like grand aspirations as to like what the future will hold. I just need to accept that this is not going to happen, and it bums me out a little bit. Number 9, AJ. Number 9.
For anyone, by the way, because I see some people asking in the chat, for anyone that wants to do this, go to the PS5, click on your name, go to profile, and then sort it by most played, and then it'll tell you the hours on the right side.
Yep.
Number 9. Let me move this here. Ooh.
Hours are going to skyrocket over mine.
Yes, they're really starting to blow up. Yep. Zenith, The Last City. I have 263 hours in that game.
What
happened to Zenith, man? What happened? You were the chosen one.
It is. See, this is where I start to get really nervous about like my list and being like, what happened here? Like, because I know I've just dumped so many hours into Zenith, whether it be just going in there and having fun and grinding, or whether I was actually, trying to get through parts for review or whatever it was, and it doesn't show up at all on my list, right? Like I didn't spend more than 60 hours in Zenith. What? But also there was a, there was a content problem in Zenith as well. And by the time they actually started dumping new content into the game, I was already checked out and moved on to other things. So I guess that kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah. They added some good content to it, but the biggest thing they messed up, I think, was kind of like progressions, social hangouts, and like cosmetics and legendary loot, things like that. Like they didn't go deep enough with that. So like people got all the good stuff and then they just stopped. They didn't have reason to stick around after getting the best stuff you can get. They
had that awesome tavern in Zenith.
It had a tower too.
Yeah, tower is different. But the social hangout, the tavern, it was so cool. It was a cool place to hang out. But like, as far as I know, they never gave you anything cool to do there, right? And it was like, oh, okay, you want to go hang out in the tavern? Sure. What do you want to do? Nothing. Like that's where they should have had like a bullet roulette style mini game, or any kind of mini game to kind of hang out with your friends and shoot the shit while you play. But again, it's so easy to kind of Monday morning quarterback this whole situation. Number 9 for me is Phasmophobia. I've only got 70 hours in Phasmo, which is nonsense. That's absolute shocking. Nonsense. I know. I've probably said that I have over 100 hours in Phasmo. I remember myself saying that, and so fucking liar.
I would think so too, man. I would think so too.
Again, after I put in 60 hours for the review. Is it 50 hours for the review? I forget what it was.
70 hours that's no slouch though. That's a lot of hours.
It is, but it's just like, but there's so much evidence everywhere of me having not put in enough hours at this point, because I don't have all my level 3 equipment. I've never prestiged even once. I don't even have all the new stuff unlocked. I don't, there's all these moments where like you could go in and get these cool badges and everything else. And it's like, I just haven't done it. Again, one of those things, I absolutely love this game, and having only 70 hours in it is sort of embarrassing. But again, this is what happens, man. Like if I was just a gamer, I feel like I would have hundreds of hours in this game. But the fact that I got to move on to whatever's new, it sucks. It sucks.
Is a gift and a curse, for sure.
It's a curse.
Let's just say you played 70 hours and you spent another 70 hours making reviews and covering on GamesCast. So that feels about right.
What's 8 for you?
Number 8. Oh my goodness. Preda, Vendetta Rising. 272 hours.
I know I have a trailer for this.
And I'm like one of under 10 people that have the platinum. I might be the first that got the platinum. I don't remember.
Dude, this brings me back. Right? Can you even buy this game on the PlayStation Store anymore? Like if you have a PSVR1, can you still buy this? I don't think you can.
You can, but you can't play it.
At all?
Yeah. You get in and it just says unable to connect to servers.
Man.
Yeah. It died. It came back at one point and I was so excited. And then another year later, I went to go play it again because I would stream it every anniversary. And it was just unplayable.
This we talk a lot about Legendary Tales on the channel, but this is the first time we got like an actual Diablo style game in VR, and it was fantastic. It was third person. I'm sure some people didn't like that, but it was great, man. It was great. Again, major content problem, and what was their deal with this? Before it came to PSVR 1, it was kind of a game. Was it free to play, predicated on like microtransactions? Is that what the issue was?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it definitely was like designed for microtransactions, but then they stripped the microtransactions out and then they didn't adjust it like for the grind. So it was really unbalanced and grindy. They did improve it. If you remember, they did actually update the grindiness, and it was still grindy, but it was better.
Yeah, I remember it was like they lowered the requirements on everything by like 75%. It was like you only do a quarter of the work to unlock new things and shit, but it was still like a lot of work.
It was a lot because it was just so insanely grindy before that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is another one that I really wish I had more hours in, but I guess at this point it doesn't matter. And that's Media Molecule's Dreams. I've only got number 8 is Dreams, 71 hours. 71
hours in Dreams. I mean, for playing games, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't make dream borders or anything like that. I did start to go through the tutorials. I did start because I wanted to make my own horror game, and it's still in development, you guys.
Then you started outsourcing.
Yeah. I got AI involved and everything went south. But yeah, so I mean, but for a majority of that time, yes, I was just playing other people's games. I was trying to capture footage and make these videos about cool dreams content. And there was so much. I will have to get back in there. That's a good reason to hook my PSVR 1 back up. That's number 8 though. What's your number 8?
I'm at 7 now.
Oh, sorry, you're ahead of me. Go ahead.
My number 7 is Bloodborne, 272 hours. I was really close to the platinum on this, and then I think VR happened, and then I didn't get the platinum. DLC happened, and that distracted me from the platinum, and then VR happened, and I just never went back. But I love Bloodborne. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's right up, it's right in that stylistically kind of fits like aesthetically kind of with like Devil May Cry, and it fits right into the rest of some of my favorite other IPs or franchises like Devil May Cry, Twisted Metal, stuff like that. But Bloodborne, amazing.
Yeah, spoilers. Bloodborne's on my list too, a little bit higher up as far as like Souls.
Okay.
Oh, I think you might still have more hours in it. It's just higher up on my list. But I didn't come close to platinuming it. I did not finish Bloodborne. I've got 122 hours in it. But it was one of those games that I just loved playing, even though I was terrible at it, and constantly tried to play and just grind, and hopefully, at some point hoping it would click and be like, I'm going to be really good at this game. And then I kind of never really got good at it, but I did get into it. And then, then I put it down. And like 6 months later, I tried to come back to it, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot how to play this completely. And I was like, I guess it's over. My Bloodborne fascination is over. Number 7, Firewall, with only 82 hours. See, doesn't this seem weird? Is like the number of times that like we would jump in and just play multiplayer like with random people. I feel like I sat in the lobby for 82 hours. I'm not sure how the fuck I've only got 82 hours of playing it all together. But that was such a fun game, man. Such a fun time.
Which is actually my number 6.
What?
I have just a little bit more than 82 hours though. I have.
God. Let me guess. 379.
Woo! You were very close. Like you are red hot. 385 hours in Firewall 0 Hour.
I was 6 hours off. That's amazing.
Yep. That's because if you remember, I kept saying, I have like I was like Firewall. I remember all last gen. I was going Firewall's so good. I have like 200 hours into it. And then like next time we'd have the conversation or the next debate, I'd be like Firewall's so great. I have like 300 hours in it. And like I remember you being like, every time you say this, it just goes up. And I'm like, yes, that's because I keep playing it. You weren't saying like I was just making it up, but you were like, it keeps going up. You were like you were noticing. And then yeah, the last time I left off. 385 hours. I jumped back into it not too long ago and people were still playing. And I was able to find a match easier on 0 hour than it was the PS5 version, which is crazy.
Oh man, that's so sad. Yeah, I mean, there were so many people on PSVR1 that it seemed like they bought their PSVR1, they bought the aim controller, and they bought Firewall 0 hour, and that was it. Like you would get in and you like play with randoms, and this is all they played. You'd be like, "Oh, cool! Are you gonna play, Resident Evil? Are you gonna play this game? Are you gonna play that game?" They weren't even familiar with the other big titles on the platform. They had no desire to play anything but Firewall, and so that was just like a whole nother subsect of the community, which was crazy. It was, and so it's cool that like sounds like a good chunk of them are still there.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we at? You said Firewall. 6. I said Firewall. 6. I'm going to just kind of skip over this one. It's The Evil Within. I don't know how The Evil Within 1 I have 83 hours in. This must be a game that like I left on for days in sleep mode or something, and it just counted. So we can skip The Evil Within. But not a bad game. It was all right.
I didn't like it very much.
I mean, it didn't hold a candle to a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, it was like that's kind of what it was. It was like a Resident Evil knockoff that like wasn't as good, but wasn't it
Shinji Mikami who made that? And it was like so. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
I think so. I thought that was the reason it was supposed to be so awesome. And I thought again it was good, just not.
I got to like chapter 6. I think there was like some like wolf boss, and like I just was so done by that point.
All right, what's next?
My number 5. This one I question a little bit. Now I know I spent a lot of time with this game, but I don't know if I spent this much time with it. But it's Dragon Age Inquisition.
Whoa.
421 hours. I don't think I put that much time into it.
What?
I played a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition. I do not think I put 421 hours into it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought
it was pretty good. I liked it when it came out. I kind of always liked these RPGs that had like variety, like deep variety. Like, that was always kind of my trouble with like Elder Scrolls games was it was like vast, but it was kind of like just so empty for long periods of time. At least at launch, it did improve over time, but so I was always more of I like the Final Fantasies, almost like big giant open areas versus I remember having this conversation like 15 years ago of like I kind of preferred open areas to open world because there was like more detail and more like handcrafted stuff in them. There's just more stuff in the world when it's versus open world. When that started becoming more popular, it's like they were really empty at first.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky.
At first.
Sorry, I had to. Okay, so I'm number 5 for me is Beat Saber, and again, this is shocking to me. I would have assumed hundreds of hours in this, but it says 106 hours. I definitely fell off of Beat Saber after a while. It was the new track packs would come out, and I would get it, I would buy them, I'd check them out, and then that would be it. I played them once and then not again. I had zero desire to like complete Expert or Expert Plus on any of these things after a while, which is why I'm not like super heartbroken about their decision to move away from the PlayStation platform. Like it makes me sad for everybody who's like really into this game, but for me personally, I'm like, I guess I was kind of over it anyway. But I would have assumed 300 if I was guessing. I've been like, there's got to be 300 hours in this game. I platinumed it. I got really good at Expert Plus on a lot of the tracks, not all of them. That was it, man. That was it. 106 hours for Beat Saber. That's number 5.
Some of ours are right next to each other. Beat Saber is my number 4.
But
Um,
with 400 hours.
this says 586.
See, that's
Now,
awesome.
now, hold on. Now, most of that is legit, but there's definitely some in there that I just left. You finish a song, you're covered in sweat, you take the headset off, you need a breather.
Sure.
Like, you cannot play. I mean, there were some sessions. Mind you, there was a month where I locked myself in a room when I did the tips video for Without Parole. I basically locked myself in a room for a month and like mastered it. And and I played it well beyond that. And I love Beat Saber. I still love Beat Saber. I think it's the best arcade VR game. And I think the sales and the popularity would show that others would probably agree with me there. But
Yep.
it's just the ultimate arcade rhythm game. It just stylistically, aesthetically, and then on top of it, it's like I remember when this game was coming out, like we were really excited about it. But it ended up being so much bigger than what I expected. Which is not something like I knew it was going to be big. I didn't know it was going to be as big as it was. Like basically the most popular VR game of all time.
Right. I mean, I think people have forgotten that like when Beat Saber finally got to PSVR 1, it was already over a year old, and it only had 15 songs when it launched on PSVR 1. And we were like, oh, $30, 15 songs, basically $2 a song. And now it's like, I mean, there's just literally hundreds and hundreds of songs by all sorts of different artists, and things have really changed. It's a completely different game than it was before. But I think still worth picking up, even though that they're discontinuing support for it.
Absolutely. I still highly recommend Beat Saber to anybody. Yeah. I honestly, I could have seen it going. I was kind of thinking about it with our top 30 list. I'm like, I think Beat Saber, I think the rhythm games are the only thing missing from that top 30 list. Everything else makes perfect sense except for the lack of rhythm games.
Number 4 for me was Bloodborne. Are we up on number 4?
Yeah.
Okay, Bloodborne, as I already said, was 122 hours. Did not complete it, did not platinum it. I just sucked at that game and just spent so much time. But moving on, we've already talked about it.
Number 3 for me is the one you've all been waiting for, and that is No Man's Sky.
I love that. The game that we've heard you talk about more than any other game over the years is only number 3.
Well, keep in mind, this is the PS4 version. And if I looked at the PS5 version, it'd probably add another couple hundred hours. In fact, it would add 145 hours to my original 774 hours.
Oh my God.
Yep. 774 hours.
Didn't crack my top 12, AJ, which means I got less than 60 hours in it.
And I'm still seeing things that surprise me, still seeing things that are new and blow me away.
Yeah.
And that's why I freak out about how good it is.
I think about like 30 hours in it, which not enough. Not enough. I want to go back in and play more. Dude.
I hate to tell you, but it takes about 80 hours to get going.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand. I've played enough to be like, I get, what the game is and what I have to do. And so that doesn't surprise me even in the slightest. And I'm fine with that, man. Like I think that No Man's Sky scratches an itch that no other game does. And one of these days, again, I would absolutely love to find time to get in there and do it. Number 3 for me, and guys, if PS3 games were counted here, this would be not the same game, because this is Fallout 4 with 138 hours. I loved Fallout 3. I loved Fallout 4. I could play a new Fallout game every couple of years, but Bethesda does not seem interested in making that happen. And I played through it again in VR, so I guess there's that.
Very nice.
Yep. What's your number 3?
Number 2 for me.
Oh, 2. Keep forgetting.
Yeah, I'm one ahead of you now. Number 2 for me is Dreams. Wow.
Nice.
Cannot say enough good things about Dreams. I really think it's one of the most special things, most special games anybody has ever created, period. Um, it's definitely one of the most special things PlayStation has done, which is saying a lot because they've done a lot of really special things, obviously. Um, it was, yeah, it's kind of a shame what's happened with Media Molecule and Dreams. Obviously, they completely screwed up, like monetizing it properly, and I don't know. I feel like they could have continued it and they could have turned it around, but I don't know. I almost feel like maybe they there could be a billion different reasons, but um anyways, Dreams, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I got to create. I see you got a Dream Borders trailer. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
From when I was, you still have that. Wow, that's literally from when I was like, yeah, testing and working on it and capturing the footage. That's super cool. I don't
Yeah.
even know
No,
if I have that video still.
I can send that along to you if you want. Um, yeah, no, this is, and again, I know I already said it, but like this is sort of a dream of mine. It's like I criticize games for a living. I critique games for a living, and I wanted
Yeah.
to try my hand at making a horror game that would scare the fucking crap out of myself, out of anyone, and man, this is a dream of mine. If I had an unlimited amount of time, I would spend thousands of hours in this. What was your grand total again? Remind me.
I didn't say it, I don't think yet. 886 hours. And believe it. So of course there's going to be a little bit of that leaving it on in there, but believe me when I say a lot of that, if not most of it, is playing and working and creating stuff.
Yep. Literally, in my opinion, Dreams is the best reason to own. Was the best reason to own a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, PS5. It was for VR or flat screen. Like just the creation tools were unfucking believable, and I'm so angry at Sony for allowing this to fall by the wayside. It should be should be held up like on a pedestal and being like it should be included with every PlayStation 4 and every PSVR 2.
I mean, this would have been like the ultimate live service game. Like they had, like if they want to do live service, like this would have been a wonderful live service game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. People make mistakes, but Dreams is no mistake. Dreams is literally like perfect and um still awesome to go revisit, especially with the PS5. It has dynamic resolution. Put it on a PSVR and a PS5 and go check out the Dreams. There's still some of the stuff in there. Still to this day, some of the best VR gaming I've ever had is in Dreams. Still to this day.
Some of the best looking stuff in VR too, which you wouldn't think with like user game creation tools. But man, yeah, the creativity is off the charts, and then some of the environments are just breathtaking. People did amazing things in there. I don't think this is going to become as a massive surprise to anybody, but number 2 for me is Resident Evil 7. This is definitely something that I played a lot of. It clocked in at 148 hours. And this is, I streamed a lot of it, but it was just my favorite game on PSVR 1, pretty much the entire duration of the headset's life. And a number of times, like, I'd celebrate Halloween by doing a Let's Play where I played through the entire game in one sitting. Countless. I think I've beaten this game 7 times. I think I finally platinumed it after the seventh run. And you guys were there for most of it. And so just an unbelievable VR experience, especially for 2016 or 2017, I guess, when it came out, early 2017. Yeah, needs to be ported to PSVR 2. It's just absolute classic.
Yeah, what an amazing game.
Which brings
to number 1. I saw some people asking, what is it? What is it? You'll never know. Can you guess what my number 1 is? No, don't say it. My number 1 most played game on my PS5 was on PS4. Is my very first platinum trophy ever. Rocket League.
Oh my God.
I have 941 hours in Rocket League, and most of that is legit what I played. It's a game that I literally played it so much that the platinum just popped while I was playing. That's how much I played that. I played ranked matches. I played soccer or football, depending on where you're from, for 11 years, and the game mechanics work perfectly. And I was actually, before Rocket League existed, I was also a big fan of Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars, which is the original name, or the name of the prequel, the first game. And then they changed it to Rocket League. I think that was a good idea. But Rocket League is freaking amazing. I think it might have died down a little bit, but every time I've heard, it still seems like it's going pretty strong. But yeah, Rocket League's amazing.
So interesting what our number ones are. My number one is Fortnite, and that's I guess not shocking to me, but also kind of shocking to me because I've got 261 hours in Fortnite, and I know that's not a lot for a lot of Fortnite players out there, who play like religiously every single day or just dump
for 10
like
years, yeah,
a dozen hours in, yeah, for real. But I think to gain a little bit of perspective on why this is so much, I never really played Fortnite until Dave passed, and then when Dave passed, like I didn't want to pick up my headset, and I didn't want to do normal life stuff, and I didn't want to cover VR games, and so all I did for the better part of a month was just wake up, grab my coffee, and sit in front of my TV in the dark for like a month and play Fortnite. That's all I did, and I played it alone a lot, and then eventually started playing with other people. But it was sort of like my safety blanket or something. Like it just became this game that like did not seem like something I'd enjoy, but because it was so different than anything else I've been doing, it was a good distraction for a very long time. So most of those 261 hours are from probably over the course of like 4 or 5 weeks where I was just like dealing with loss. And so sometimes we don't give video games enough credit for getting us through tough times. Like Fortnite doesn't know that it helped me through a tough time, but I know that Fortnite helped me through a tough time, and all the people I played with definitely helped as well. So shout out to Dave, shout out to Fortnite, 261 hours.
Fuck you, get out of here. No, fuck you. This is my house.
I do have Dave's Tree Guy over on the shelf. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, lots of love for Dave in the chat, and rightfully so. We miss Dave.
We need to do a 10 Tree Guy salute. Hit it 10 times.
All right. I wasn't really sorry. I do have to say I wasn't paying attention to the chat very much during the course of this. So let me just check in on the tips real quick before we get into the 4-minute challenge. Looper the Underground Game Cat with the €10. What's up, Looper? Says Retribution 58. Oh, this must be hours. Retribution 58 hours. Final Fantasy 16 60 hours. King's Bounty 2 74 hours. God of War Ragnarok 84 hours. No Man's Sky 104 hours. Death Stranding 1 147 hours. Farming Simulator 2022 with 147 hours. Man, I need to play some Farming Sim apparently. Skyrim VR 149 hours. Horizon Forbidden West 155 hours. Zenith 291 hours. Gran Turismo 7.
I spent a lot of that time with you, Looper.
Gran Turismo 7 at number 1 for Looper at 578 hours. That's incredible. I love it. I did write, might as well read this off since I did all the work for this. This is my filtered by PSVR2 games. I'll read these off real quick. This is top 13 most played PSVR2 games. Hitman, World of Assassination Trilogy, 22 hours. Wanderer, Fragments of Fate, 23 hours. Crossfire Sierra Squad, 24 hours. Hellsweeper VR, 25 hours. Iron Guard, 25 hours. Beat Saber, 25 hours, just on PSVR 2. Saints and Sinners, 26 hours. Resident Evil Village, 34 hours. Resident Evil 4, 41 hours. And then top 4, Demeo, 66 hours. Legendary Tales, 72 hours.
No Man's Sky, 145 hours, just on PSVR2 again. And then Gran Turismo 7, 187 hours is my most played PSVR2 game. And that is basically zero flat screen. I don't think I may have played like maybe an hour or two like flat screen, but I waited. I remember specifically waiting for VR mode and didn't touch Gran Turismo until the VR mode dropped. And then 187 hours later, it is one of the best PSVR2 games out there, no doubt.
I skipped Hitman in Looper's list. Hitman was at number 2 with 485 hours. Pretty awesome.
What was?
Hitman was number 2 for him, 485 hours.
Whew.
It's insanity. I love it though. I love it. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, we got one more tip, and then we'll...
Okay, I'll pick a game while you get that tip.
Perfect. Comic book guy with the £5. What's up? Again. It says, I haven't really been sending out emails to developers as of late, but I might send an email to developers of Lucky's Tale for a PSVR 2 remaster of it. That would be fun.
We follow each other on Twitter. I can maybe help you out there. I want those trials again too.
This is Playful, I believe, right? These are the same developers who claim that Star Child wasn't canceled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Star Child people.
Yep. Fuck Lucky's Tale. Let's get Star Child finished.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, I've been contacting some flat screen developers recently, trying to get the word on VR modes. It is nice that most of them are saying, like it's not off the table, but it's not in the plans. So it's good that they're at least saying that they're keeping their minds open. I don't know, whatever. It's all PR speak, really. See, I get confused. Awesome Tatum in the chat says Super Lucky's Tale was fun to me. One of the better third-person platformers. Super Lucky's Tale was the flat screen game, right? Okay, so we only got the Lucky's Tale was the VR one. Got it. That was fun. All right.
Okay.
Oh, Colin loves it. I spent 20 hours just listening to the music on Nier Automata. Perfect chill out music. I was just playing Nier Automata on the Switch too. I was really bummed that the frame rate's not unlocked because it maxes out at 30 frames per second, but for an action game like that, I was like, I really want this to be running at 60. I hope they patch that.
I remember everybody was playing Fortnite around that time, except for me. And everyone was excited about Horizon Call of the Mountain. Or I'm sorry, Horizon Forbidden West. Is that the first one? Fuck. Yes.
No, zero
Dawn. Horizon
0 hours.
0 hour.
Horizon Ultra. Remember Horizon Ultra?
Yeah. Fuck. And I the only thing I was excited about at that time was Nier Automata because, again, big hack and slash guy. Loved Dynasty Warriors growing up. Devil May Cry, stuff like that. And Nier Automata was fan-freaking-tastic.
Yes. I got to get through. I've never actually finished it. When I say I've never finished it, I mean, I've barely scratched the surface of it. I'm only now on Switch 2 caught up to where I was on PS3. Was it a PS3 game initially? PS3 360? No, it was PS4. Nier Automata. I know the original Nier was PS3. Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely PS4. And you're right, the original was PS3.
Man, it all just starts melding together at a certain point. All right, man. I say we do a little 4-minute challenge. Hopefully everyone out there is, hopefully all your synapses are firing because mine are not. So I need your help. AJ's got a PSVR 1 or PSVR 2 game in that little head of his. That little shaved face head of his. So we got to figure out what game that is. Remember, suggest good questions for me to ask, yes or no questions in the chat, and then suggest good games that it might be based on the answers we got. We got an infinite number of questions, but only 4 minutes to ask it in. Let me put the clock up on the counter the way that Jeremy likes it. On your mark, get Des. Go. Is this on PSVR 2?
Yes.
Is it also on PSVR 1?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? This is already off the rails. Is it on other platforms other than PSVR2?
Yes.
Okay. Not exclusive. Was it a launch title?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, that narrows it down. Is it multiplayer?
No.
Okay, single player, launch title, non-exclusive for PSVR2. Is it a puzzle game?
Actually, no, I'm
Here we
sorry.
go.
There is multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
According to the store, there is
Okay,
multiplayer.
Mostly a single player game though in your head.
Yes.
Okay, just doing some. Here we go. Is it first person?
Yes.
Okay, first person. Is it puzzles?
No. Fuck
Okay.
puzzles.
Who asked if it's driving? Markio asked if it's driving.
No. No.
Interesting answer. Is it horror? I'm just asking more questions. Are there guns?
No.
Okay, is so it can't be runner if there's not driving. That would definitely count as driving. There's not guns. Is it melee combat?
No.
Is there combat?
No.
Not puzzle, not combat. Does this take place in a garden by the sea by any chance?
No.
Just checking. And that's the first one that came to mind. Launch title, guys. Launch title. It was not on PSVR1. So no Tetris, no. No, AJ knows that Village wasn't on PSVR1. He wouldn't have struggled with that. Is it a sports game?
Nope.
Is it a rhythm game?
Yes.
Do you play an air guitar in this game?
No. Fuck that game.
But Thumper's rhythm, but that was on PSVR1. What other rhythm games were there? Beat Saber was also on PSVR1, and I think that was a little bit later than launch. Rez was there, but that was also on PSVR1. Was Drums Rock a launch title?
Yeah.
Do you play the drums in this game?
Yeah.
Does it rock when you play the drums in this game?
Does it rock when you play the drums? That's not like a real question.
Oh my god, is it drums rock?
Coming out at the launch, February 22nd, 2023. It is not Drums Rock, Brian.
Oh, no, it's
you should have been a little bit more patient because it is Wanna Dev Studios Ragnarok.
Such a shame. Such a shame. Wanna Dev, get your asses back to Propagation Paradise Hotel. Enough with this Viking rhythm rock. Let's move it along. And I'm extra angry at the game now because the winning streak is over.
Oh, dang.
I think it was like a 7. We had like a 7.
No,
7 wins.
I didn't know it was still going.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, the reason I chose Ragnarok is because I was thinking about when, I've never been a big fan of this game. I've said that from the beginning, but I will never, ever forget getting the head of security to play this at the GameCat meetup hotel lobby and having an absolute blast with it, making him want to get a VR headset. And I was like, you see, you can't always judge a game just because of, based on your bias. Like it can be sometimes completely different for somebody else who's never played VR. It could be more magical or whatever. And dude, he was crushing it and he was having a great time. and he was kicking ass, and it was a really fun time. So I just wanted to give it a little bit of love because of that.
Yeah, the first time you put anybody into any VR game, they're like, "This is amazing," and then they play a bunch of games, and then they have some perspective and go, "This is not that great."
After it takes a long time, but eventually, and 300 games later, especially 500 games later, you're like, I hate everything.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this one. Actually, I mean,
No.
but I think I've gone on record at this point being like, man, I didn't like Smash Drums, I didn't like Drums Rock, I didn't like this. It's just me drumming in VR. It just doesn't click for me. It doesn't work. So it's at this point, I'm not even blaming the games. People love this shit, and I trust that it's a good game. It's just not for me. So it happens.
It's solid.
Yep. My buddy was in the Discord last night talking about how Arcanage just isn't doing it for him. Right. And it's like, and I want to be like, what's not doing it for you? Like, I want to like really get into it and figure out, like, dive deeper and figure that shit out. But I was like, nah, you know what? It's like, not every game has to be for everybody. It just isn't going to happen that way. So it's good to understand and move along. Yep. AJ, this was a lot of fun, but also a 2-hour return to form. So I think we need to get the fuck out of here. But thank you everybody for hanging out. This was an awesome hangout. It's fun to shoot the shit and get caught up with everybody. Dude, I will see everybody early tomorrow with Jamie. We're gonna do the live stream for the VR game showcase, Jamie Feltham show. There's gonna be a lot of great stuff. Very, very exciting to get in there and see what gets announced. I really don't know anything. I don't think I know anything. So I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to be a kid on Christmas morning when the cool stuff gets announced, or maybe I'm really hoping again that we see some flat out cockpit footage, some actual VR footage.
That would be great.
Yeah, because it's time. You know, we only got that kind of like teaser trailer, which what looked like flat screen stuff from like the hood of the car. So I'm very, very excited to see what they show. I haven't been this excited for a VR event in a while. And I'm also going to play some Ancient Dungeon tonight and unlock the Mage class. So if anybody wants to get in there and play Ancient Dungeon, please let me know. Come let me know on the Discord. Yeah, it's going to be a good week, man. I'm really excited. Good stuff.
It's going to be a good week indeed.
Before you take off, make sure you click the links in the description below. Go subscribe to AJ at PSVR Underground. If he scared you before, he's less scary now, so you can subscribe to him. You have my permission. But also come join our Discord. That's where the conversation happens 24/7. Thanks everybody who supports the channel financially, whether it be over here by being a member or over on patreon.com/withoutparole games. We appreciate you all very much. Thanks for tipping during the show. You keep the lights on. It is amazing. But if you don't contribute financially, it's fine. We're just happy that you're here. Being part of the community is the most important part. You guys shooting the shit, hanging out, keeping us entertained while we try to keep you entertained, helping out during 20 questions, or maybe you just sit back, watch the show, and you don't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there. We love you just as much.
Cue the motherfucking cat, Brian, because I want to say see you guys tomorrow to Chrome to the Dome Colossus. Is what time tomorrow, EST?
11 a.m. to 11:15. I don't know.
All right, somewhere around 11. Colin Loves, right back at you, homie. Thank you so much. Ace Gamer in the chat tonight. Lots of book and wand bugs with AD.
I'm sorry, what?
Ancient Dungeon. Oh, he said lots of book and wand bugs with Ancient Dungeon.
Oh, shit. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so he has played it. Shapeshifter, the Anomaly Cat, thank you so much. Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life, says cheers, Brian and AJ, and Cat, see you all tomorrow. Heck, yeah, it's a good time for a showcase. It sure is. Summertime drought is the best time for a showcase.
Summertime.
Idituchi Cha, Sir 9RV, says it's not for me, but I'm glad it exists. I agree, just like a lot of VR games. Some maybe not so much. Markio is us tonight. Thank you so much, my dude. Dan Kiefer says, hell yeah, the beanie selling headsets. That was a group effort. That was the PAX crew selling headsets. Pietrek, thanks so much, man. Cookie pie. Wait, cookie pie.
Is Cookie Pie back?
Ned Sasquil, please. Oh, Cookie Pie needs sequel, please. That's somebody's fucking name.
and with that, it just became my favorite username of all time. Cookie Pie needs sequel, please.
Cookie Pie needs a sequel. please.
Fuck yeah. Dude, Immortal Legacy love out of nowhere. I love it.
Yeah. Null Zero, Chewy, Ripop, Niculo, Looper, Disco Beaver, Super Galaxy Godstar, Nihilus Ride, my metal feline friend. All of you have a wonderful night. We'll see you again very soon tomorrow. Woohoo!
Good night.